Once upon a time, there was a house at the edge of a town. It was a large house, far larger than the old couple who lived in it needed, but they had lived there since they were very young and saw no reason to leave. As well as being large, the house was also surrounded on all sides by vast gardens, lawns and terraces, fountains and features, flowers and trees stretched out all around it. It was, the old couple knew, an ideal place for children to play, so they didn't mind the local children sneaking in through the gates or over the walls. In fact, they encouraged it. They loved to hear the sounds of youth, to see the children running and hiding and having fun. The children had come to understand that the old man and woman who lived in the house were very happy for them to play there. The old couple never interfered with the children's games, but they would walk out onto the main terrace, which was close to the house, and leave there an ornate silver tray laden with sweets. The children would help themselves to the sweets, and when they were all gone and the tray was empty, one of the children would carry it back to the house and rap loudly on the door with a heavy brass door knocker. The more nervous of the children would simply leave the silver tray by the door and run away, but the braver ones would wait to hand the tray to the old man or woman and say thank you. Then all the children would wait and watch whoever had come to collect the tray return it to its place on a table in the drawing room. The table was close to one of the main windows, to the right of the front door. But then, one day, there were no sweets. One of the more courageous children, a boy called Tarmin, crept up to the house and peered through the drawing room window. He could see the old woman sitting inside. She was all alone. She looked up and spotted Tarmin at the window. For a moment, she seemed surprised. Then her expression slowly changed into a sad smile. She held Tarmin's gaze for several seconds before looking away again. Even from outside the window, Tarmin was sure she was crying. A week later, the old woman was also gone. In silence, the children watched a hearse drive slowly out through the gates in front of the house. Inside lay the old woman's body. The hearse was carrying her to be laid to rest with her husband. Somehow, it didn't seem right to play in the gardens without the old man and the old woman looking on. The children came to the gardens less and less, and the grounds of the house became overgrown and neglected. A year after the old woman had died, some of the children returned to the gates in front of the house. In the time since they had last played there, the house and its gardens had become a place to be avoided. Several children had gone to play in the gardens, and none of them had been seen since. It was as if they had vanished into the air. "That's just stories," one of the boys by the gate said. His name was Hal. "They probably moved away." Some of the others agreed, but many didn't. "I wish we could play in there again," a girl called Ismay said. "Can't we sneak in and see if it's safe?" "Do you want to go in there?" Hal asked. "Alone?" Ismay shivered at the thought. "Didn't think so," said Hal. "You're scared." "Aren't you?" Ismay said. "I'm too old to play in gardens," Hal replied, dodging the question. In truth, he was just as scared as any of them.